Just like your Facebook and Twitter pages, a YouTube channel page is another opportunity to reinforce your musical branding. There's less flexibility in how you can brand that channel than there used to be, but there still are places that you can get creative. So the first thing to notice is we have these three menus on the top: subscribers, views, and video manager. And we're going to use all of them at some point in time, but just take notice. And if we click on them, you'll see we go to all the subscribers that we have, and we go to all the views. So it's loading our analytics in this case, and video manager, which we'll get to in a little bit. That's really important, actually. But the first thing is to notice your channel art. So channel art gets changed by this icon up on the top. I'm going to forget about links for a second. Just go to channel art. And there's a couple of things that you can do. You can either upload your photos, and all you have to do is drag a photo here. You can look at the photos that you already have uploaded, and you can look at the gallery. You can put anything in from there, and these are stock photos. Also, if you want, you can go to how to create channel art, and that will help you as well. But keep in mind these recommendations: 2560 by 1440 with the max file size of 4 megabytes. And really, you want it to be either as a JPEG or PNG format. One or the other would work. Just make sure that whatever photo or whatever graphic you use is consistent with your brand. But also don't be afraid to feature any personalities or characters or content of the channel. So that's the first thing. The second thing is your channel icon here. And actually, this is going to come over from your Google account. So if we're going to edit it, for instance, it's going to take us to Google, and now we're going to edit from there if we want. Now, the other thing to understand is the description is important, as well as these icons here. Now take notice, there's a link and there's all of our social links here. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first of all, let's go to About. Now, About is where we can change our description. So this is what we do. Once again, what you want to do is make sure that the description tells the person what they need to hear about your brand, about what you're doing. So again, this is important. And then we're going to come down here. Now, country, of course, the country that you're in, you're going to select. Email. If you want people to contact you, you put your email address in here. Actually, I prefer that people contact me from other sources, so I don't put that in. And then this is where you actually select your links. So, for instance, BobbyOwsinski.com, and that's my web page, my Facebook page, Twitter page, and my blogs and courses. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can add more if you'd like, add more links, but there's only going to be 5 that are going to come up on your page here. Now, the other thing it asks for is your Google Plus link. This used to be important, but it isn't so much anymore because there's not that many people that are on Google Plus or care about it. But if you are, you still want to put your link in here. And if you want that link to show up over your channel graphic, you'd put that there. And actually, I'm going to get rid of that. And let's take a look now, take notice. And of course, this is what we see here. There's only 5 links because that's all it will actually give you. Now we're going to go to something a little more advanced. We'll go to the video manager. We're going to come down here to channel. And first thing, it says status and features. And one of the things it will give you right off is the copyright status. So for instance, if there are any copyright violations against you, you're going to see it here. And this is the number of strikes that you get. As far as if there's any violations of community guidelines, you also see that here. And you see in both cases, I'm looking pretty good. Now, there are some other things down here. You probably want to enable most of them. For instance, uploading and video editor, you'll want that. You may want monetization. We'll talk about this more in another video. Live streaming for sure if you're going to do any live streaming. Custom thumbnails, of course. Unlisted and private videos. Sometimes you might want to do that. So you might want something that's enlisted or private to just give to your fans. Longer videos, of course, you might want something longer than 15 minutes. Embedded live streams, well, again, you probably want that if you're going to be live streaming. The only things you might not want here is super chat, but again, you have to be eligible for this before you can actually enable it, and paid content. Paid content means you're actually going to sell some of the content online. So if there's some videos, for instance, that you want to sell or you want to have people subscribe to your channel, this is what you have to do first. In this case, I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to enable it, but you have to be eligible first in order to do that, and that depends upon the amount of time that you have, if you already have a Google account, if you already have a Google AdSense account, all that is important. This one for sure, I would always enable Content ID appeals. So, for instance, if someone claims that they own a video that's on your channel, but you, in fact, do own it, and you know that for a fact, you want to be able to appeal that, and you can't do it unless this is enabled. So there's all this, but there's actually more, and that's where we want to go. Advanced gives us a chance to do a couple of things. For instance, insert keywords. So these are all my keywords, and take notice, it may be, when you say keyword, you might think of just a single word, but in fact, it could be a full phrase. The only difference is you have to put quotation marks around it. So for instance, music recording, these quotation marks will be around those two words, so that becomes my channel keyword, or one of my channel keywords. There are some other things down here important as well. Advertisements. Do you want advertisements along with your video? So in other words, do you want to make money from your site? Now, if you do, you'll allow advertisements to be displayed. It doesn't mean they're in the video, it means they're alongside your videos. And interest-based ads, there may be ads that are targeted to the viewers of your particular channel. So you might want to enable that. But again, it's only if you want to make money with your channel. Now, another thing is AdWords account linking. So if you have an AdWords or an AdSense account, then this is actually how you link it together. And again, you only want to do this if you want to make money from your videos. This one's really important, associated website. There's one website that we can refer from a link from our videos. And unfortunately, there's only one, can't have more, but this is where you actually put it in. So you'll have to put it in. Don't forget to put http:// in, and it will actually go out and make sure that this is a real and a working site first, and it will give you the green success button if that's the case. The other thing that's important, channel recommendations. Allow my channel to appear in other channels' recommendations. Yeah, you want to do that because that's how you go viral. And subscriber counts you may or may not want. If you have a lot of them, then yeah, you want people to see that. And if you don't, I'd say if you have less than 100 or less than 500 in some cases, then you probably don't want to display that. So that's important as well. Now we're going to go back to our channel here. Take it back to our dashboard, into our channel. We're going to go to playlists. Another thing that you might want to do is add some playlists. And what this will do is it will link a bunch of videos. So this is always something that kind of leads people in the right direction. So for instance, there may be a certain order of videos that you would like new people that come to this site to see first. Maybe it's your first video, maybe it's your last one. Maybe there's some order that you want them to see it in. So then you'd add this playlist. You just have new playlist. You title it, create it, and then it will allow you to select the videos that are on your channel. So this can have a great influence on how your fans consume your content. If you have a fair number of videos, you might want to create different playlists for different parts of your fan base, since each might have a different desire of what to watch. Your super fans want to see everything that you upload, but casual fans are more selective. Two other things we'll go look at. For this, we'll go to our home and come down here and other channels. Well, featured channels is something that's important. For instance, I would enable this and add channels that are related to your channel. And it's a great way to cross-promote with other artists to extend your reach and give your content some fresh ideas. You should remember that your channels here are also listed as suggested channels when a user subscribes to your channel. So For instance, this is Advanced Music Production, and this is my friend David Campos, and he does something sort of like I do with 101 Mixing Tricks. So he's a featured channel. Related channels, I only have a couple here. I should have more. For instance, 101 Mixing Tricks, and this is my channel, my second channel, and it's just for that course, 101 Mixing Tricks, and of course, Spensado's place, and everybody loves Dave Spensato. So these are some of the things that you should look for when it comes to branding your channel, when it comes to optimizing your YouTube channel, and you're optimizing it for your audience and for your branding.